Namaskar, good morning, Ram Ram. And the start of this video again with the important information. 30th August is approaching, and this is the time when you can when you can join the live astrology classes with Akashji 7 week classes, 14 astrology classes, planetary lineage and origin, advanced method of predictions. That means everything what you are dreaming of learning about astrology, you can learn here. Link in the bio, number on the screen. Anytime you can contact. Now the weekly horoscope. Let's talk about this week because Akashji, namaskar.
Namaskar.
This week is like full of blessings also. Start of the week especially, and then there are some difficult combinations also.
Yes, Rohitji. So always there is plus and minus in astrology, right? Sometimes there are good yogas, sometimes there are little difficult yogas. But here it is a very positive week, Rohitji. When it comes to the transition of Sun, very positive. So let's go step by step. Uh, there is one thing that we have launched, and that is under 18-year kids. The kids' horoscope will now be all 50% off because really they need guidance. And I saw that many people are struggling here for the chart reading for the kids. So everything is 50% off now. Thank you. Aries ascendant Rohiji. So Sun will enter into Gemini on 15th of June. When we look at the sign of Gemini, this is a friendly sign for Sun, and Sun is sitting exactly 11th from its own original placement. Because Sun is going to be meeting Jupiter and Jupiter is going to get combust. It's not, Jupiter does not lose that much quality when it becomes combust because as a matter of fact, Jupiter, Mercury, and Sun. Like Sun is friends of Mercury also and Jupiter also. So Jupiter, in fact, benefit here. If there is anything that has to do with government communication, short distance travel, or any government visas, like if you're expecting a visa or some kind of approval, government approvals, contracts, signing of contracts, speaking somewhere, communication, getting into, making sure that you and your siblings are coming back together or your friends are helping you, this is that time. Sun being 11th from the 5th house also means lot of gains through speculation during this time. Lot of communication you will receive related to speculative gains. One more positive thing here is that Buddha Aditya Yoga is also happening in the beginning of this transit. So make the most of it. This is a very good time for literature, arts, writing, journalism. Those who are in these fields, marketing, sales, will do absolutely wonderful. When it comes to even gains to children also happens because the 5th house lord is sitting 11th from itself. So if your children are there, gains through education is happening. Lot of gains when it comes to happiness, when it comes to personal interest. If you have a hobby, you can turn it out now to a new startup also. So such kind of beautiful placement of Sun is there. So all the best. This whole month is going to be a very special month for all the people who are going through Sun Mahadasha, Sun Antardasha. They will see a massive change in their life. Now, Moon here is entering into Aquarius. Now, once it enters into Aquarius, it meets Rahu here. So Rahu and Moon together, Grahan Yoga, and it is illusion. Especially illusion can come through the social circle. People in the social circle. See, this is 10th house. Your place of your, like, 10th house is the place that is related to your workplace, your career, your occupation, and 11th house is your colleagues as well. So we can see that some kind of illusion or some kind of wrong news can be coming from the colleagues, and it may add to a little bit of defame in your workplace. So we want to be very careful on not getting into any kind of controversy. By chance, if you're going through Rahu Mahadasha or Moon Mahadasha or Rahu Mahadasha, Moon Antardasha, any Mahadasha Antardasha of Rahu and Moon, you have to be specifically very careful. But when Moon and Rahu are together, it's an extrovert yoga where the 4th house lord has gone to the 11th house with the 11th house lord. This means there can be massive gains also, but try to keep these gains very hidden. Don't try to get into exposing your gains. Oh, I got this, social media, this, that. No, try to be very secret. Otherwise, nazar dosha is coming because the moon is then entering into Pisces, where it is going to be making another yoga, and that is called Vishya Yoga in the 12th house. Especially very carefully, health wise, you have to be very attentive. Health of the father, health of your family members, health of your we can say, because see, this is the sign Pisces. It 9th house is also ruled by Jupiter. So it is 12th house. So father is seen from here. A heart condition of father is seen from the 12th house. So here, very careful about that. And there can be sudden plans of foreign travel, or suddenly you may go somewhere which may cause expenses for you. So expenses is coming either in medical scene, either in foreign travel. So if you're going through Saturn Mahadasha, Jupiter Mahadasha, Moon Mahadasha, and if these planets are aligning according to your Mahadasha, then there is a possibility of expenses happening here. One good thing is that spiritually, this is a very nice time. Those who are in the verge of sannyasis, or those who are in the verge of getting into celibacy or trying to evolve spiritually, it is a beautiful, wonderful time for all the Aries ascendant people. So all the best. Later, Moon will go into the ascendant. Now, Kendra Lord in the Kendra with Venus, very positive, because here Venus and Moon are going to enhance your personality. There is going to be possibility that you feel really, really, what we say, uh, really, really comfortable in portraying yourself out to the world. So those people who have been hiding, those who are in isolation, it's a very good time to open up and speak, or maybe even go for grooming, or go for some kind of new looks, or enhance your personal appearance as well. Your attitude becomes very soft and very positive as well. So it's a beautiful week. All depends on your Mahadasha Antardasha, how it is manifesting. And for that, if you want to know more about your chart, the link is in the below for readings. All the best. 30th August onwards, we are doing new live one-on-one, like it's going to be like this only, astrology classes, where we'll have question and answers, learn from the beginning, the basic of planetary origins till advanced techniques. So all the best. For this, the course of basic is mandatory, and that is now free. If you take the basic course, you for free, you will be able to enroll into this course. Or if you take this course, the basic will come automatically to you for free. So all the best. Taurus ascendant, Rohitji. Now, Sun is entering into Gemini here. When we look at Sun, Surya Dev here, it is the Lord of the fourth house. Those people who are in property business, those people who are in any kind of real estate, any kind of vehicle business, any kind of business related to investments, money, you will see a massive rise in your profit in this month. This month from 15th of June till 15th of July is going to be a benchmark when it comes to income for Taurus ascendant people, especially if you're even trying to sell your property, buy a vehicle, sell a vehicle, you'll be getting into the best deals possible. Because the house of your speech, house of your status, house of your wealth is active right now. Here we have to be careful in two, three things. So remember, Sun is a malefic, right? This is also a maraka. Suddenly dental problems or problems related to skin or blood or bones can happen, because Mercury rules the, what you say, skin, Sun rules the bone, and Jupiter rules the fat in the body. So all the three planets are together. Because Mercury, when Jupiter is a very benefic planet in the second house, and especially with Sun, it becomes even with combust status, it becomes very, very benefic here. So the king is with the guru, so the king will take the blessings of the guru and move forward. That's how it's going to happen this time. This blessings is going to be in form of wealth, in form of your status hierarchies. There is possibility that you gain a lot of wealth even through your social circle, because the lord of the 11th house is in the second house. So your status increases here because of your social circle. A lot of research is what you should be doing during this time before making any big investments or any big what do you say, any big speak, like if you're speaking somewhere, if you are going to be extrovert, you're going to be very open ended, like your communication will be very, like, will be heard by a group of people. This is the time you have to be extremely careful and do your research very, very positively. But the Kendra Lord in the second house, and especially in the house of wealth, is very, very good and adds to a lot of peace and happiness from landed property as well. Moon enters into Aquarius now. When we look at Moon here, Moon is sitting with Rahu. Now, this is the workplace. Now, money is coming, everything is good. But on the work hand, we have to make sure that we don't come into any kind of illusion. Or sometimes, Rohiji, what happens is that many people try to, manipulate you with, this news, that news, good news, bad news, or some kind of jealousy or some kind of. So we have to be very careful in the workplace. We don't get into any kind of gossip, because Moon and Rahu together is your mind getting into illusion. But very good when it comes to gains, because see, from speaking, from communication, from expressing yourself in the right and ethical way, you will start seeing that there is a lot of progress here. Moon will enter into the 11th house with Saturn. Now Saturn is the planet, we can say, a kind of yoga karka here, because it rules the ninth and the 10th house. And Moon sitting with yoga karka, and especially the third house lord in the 11th house, those who are planning to start any social media, social, anything that has to do with where they come and communicate with a very larger audience, this is that time that they should think about it. It is also important that you get into some kind of humanitarian activities during this week. If wealth is coming in a good way, try to push it in the donation section also. There is one more great possibility here, because Saturn and Moon together is called Visha Yoga. That means poisonous yoga. But sometimes, with difficulty, with all these poison kind of things in our life, we actually evolve, and sometimes hardships come and they turn us into a very, very powerful personality. And this is what happens. Some friends who have been there falsely with you, falsely, just like for being there, so you will find the real truth about them. So that is how it shows. So make sure that you choose your friends wisely, and this is a time that you'll be able to choose between right and wrong. So please, yeah, judgment, right? Saturn and Moon, judgment of the mind will be absolutely correct. So make sure. Later, Moon will go into the 12th house, third house lord in the 12th house. There can be long distance travel for a very shorter period of time. That is what is seen. And spiritually, also, it's a very, very amazing and evolved time. Expenses on travel, expenses on luxury can happen, because Moon is now with Venus. So let's hope for the best. And expenses are important. We have to do expenses. Otherwise, why are we earning? So let's do expenses or for the right things. Spiritually also, if there is any possibility for you to do some donations or something like charity, this is a very beautiful time. So most of this depends on your antardasha, mahadasha, everything like that. But I would suggest that if you need a reading, the link is below and the number is on the screen. Thank you so much. We are doing one great initiative Rohit ji has given, that Akash ji, whenever you want to do anything for kids, let's do 50% off only for kids, so that they can choose their career rightly. Because by God's grace, D10, that is the career analysis, is the biggest strength that AC has to us. So all the best for all the parents who want to take their kids booking. Gemini ascendant. When we talk about Gemini, Sun is entering into Gemini now. Now, in the Lagna, the Lord of the third house, exactly sitting 11th from itself. Now, from past communication, from past, effort that you have put and you have not received any gains out of it, here is where you get gains. Especially all the three, like, if you see Jupiter, benefic, friend of Sun, Sun also friend of Mercury. All friends are sitting together, and out of that, two beautiful benefic planets are in the Kendra and Trikona. That is the Lagna. This is such a beautiful time that your personality, your self, your awareness will become. You will come at a very higher level, and you are supposed to even gain something very positively, especially in the area related to the effort, the communication, in the area related to your career, because Sun is power, and power is coming with the 10th house lord. So this is, and also the fourth, like with all the Kendra lords, the powerful, king is coming and meeting them. So king always rewards the Kendra lords. So it's an exceptional time for Gemini ascendant people to make bigger, bolder decisions. But if you're going through Moon Mahadasha Antardasha by any chance, then Moon is entering into the ninth house of your higher education, learning, gurus, philosophy. And this is where it meets Rahu. Rahu and Moon together is illusion on your mind. Somewhere, because of some kind of faith or some religion, there can be some kind of disputes. Sometimes related to disrespecting the teachers, disrespecting, or not following any principles of the higher learning that you have seen can happen, and this can add to a little bit of bad luck. If you want to enhance this time, it is an important time to first be quiet, be like, shut your mouth, don't try to be very disrespectful to other people who are expressing their views. Try to be as silent as possible, and try to get into some kind of a pilgrimage, try to go into some kind of a temple, try to go into some kind of silence. That is what is required during 16th to 18th of June. So try to be as calm as possible, because here it can hurt destiny. And if your destiny is not working in your favor, moon will enter into Pisces, and here it is the second house lord in the 10th house. There can be gains through your profession. There can be a lot of judgment, and especially those people who are trying to get new jobs, you will see that new job offers are coming to you. There'll be gains in terms of your wealth wise, like professionally there can be gains, or any judgment required, that where you have been treated not well or bad, you will see that positivity comes. Sometimes it comes through pain also. You get a warning, but your position becomes more stronger here. So this is what Saturn and moon means. Saturn in this chart, if you look at closely, it is the 8th and the ninth house lord sitting in the 10th house. That means research and your destiny will work hand in hand. The more and more research you do, the more and more you will come closer to solving a problem, and that will add up to your your destiny, your professional growth, and everything like that. Finally, the second house lord, 20th of June, will enter into the 11th house. Now this is the time, again, second house and 11th house making any combination. This means that there is a lot of gains that comes from for social circle, and especially that can be monetary gains. On an overall scenario, if you see that there is a lot of possibility of gains happening this week, especially through your professional network, through your social network, and through your what we say, second house. That means family also, sometimes from elder siblings also, sometimes from family members also. There is some gain that come to you. Suddenly you will hear that, okay, you know what, there is some piece of land we are selling it now, everyone gets their share. That kind of stuff is what is happening. So let's embrace this week with a lot of positivity. And only one thing we have to be careful, that if you're doing any kind of foreign travel, there can be a lot of expenses, because the 12th house lord is sitting exactly 12th from itself. So we have to be careful in that area. But moon and Venus together are extremely positive. You may even do expenses or in your social circle to look very good, or sometimes to buy jewelry or buy watches or buy clothes and stuff like that also. So Brigu Sutra, Brigu Rishi says, whenever Venus and Moon are together in any birth chart, they are very fond of, what do you say, necklaces, luxury. They're very fond of very beautiful clothes, white clothes, very, very, like, they're very extremely um, aesthetic, art loving, beauty loving people. So that's what exactly for a very short period is happening for the Gemini ascendant. All the best. This is all basic general predictions based on your your Mahadashanta Dasha. There can be more that can unravel. You may be sitting on a gold mine, but you don't know that how to activate it. For that, there is a link for readings below. All the best. 30th of August onwards, we are also starting new and live astrology classes, that is advanced astrology, with 7 weeks and 14 classes, almost 2 hours long. And it's going to be one on, like, you're going to ask questions and answers as well. So all the best. Again, link is in the description. Thank you. Cancer ascendant, Rohitji. When we talk about Cancer ascendant, Surya, Sun will enter into Gemini. Now, Gemini is the 12th house here, and Sun is the second house lord. This means clear there can be a little bit of expenses. Jupiter is making a Viprit Rajyog. Mercury, on the other hand, is the lord of the third house in the 12th house. There can be a lot of travels. But one thing that is very positive, Sun is the most powerful, entity, or we can call the luminary in the whole solar system, because it's a king. King comes to the 12th house. There is a lot of things that happen. If you have done something wrong in the past, you will get results for it. That means you will get judgment in terms of going to an isolation, maybe jail, or maybe if you have been abusing your health and stuff like that, there can be also hospital visits at during this time. Because see, we have to understand, Sun is also a maraka here. Second house lord in the 12th house means always there can be possibility of going to hospitals, going to prison, going to I hesitate to say all this negative things, but still, whatever is true is true. And Sun is a cruel, a malefic, so we have to be very careful. And right now, in the house of Sun, we have Ketu and Mars also together. So this is a week of careful situation. Health-wise, also we can suddenly develop some health problems, and or our family members. See, second house is family also. Second house Lord in the 11th from itself is that sometimes family members also suddenly get sick. So we have to be absolutely careful during this week in terms of attending to all these minor things which can lead to big problems, because this is a 1 month long transit. Positively, sun here will make sure that your subconscious mind, or you get a lot of power, a lot of support from people around you, so that you'll be able to navigate even in the difficult situations. Finally, moon will also enter into the 8th house. Now see, luminaries, the best, the lagna lord in the 8th house, second house lord, wealth house lord in this 12th house. This is a time that you have to be extremely careful. Okay, all the luminaries are in dushtanas, all the benefic planets, Jupiter, Mercury, moon, all are in dushtana. So we have to be careful during this time, health wise. This is a very important. Driving, and getting into accidents, getting into any kind of, subconsciously you eat something, food poisoning, or getting some kind of, weird dreams, or feeling unwell, is a pattern when Rahu and Moon are together. Your mind becomes, sometimes, in this time you should not be investing a lot of money, because it can be just illusion investments, and that can create losses as well. So very, very extra. On the other side, intuitively, like in your terms of your intuition, you will be 100% correct. Whatever you will have intuition for, it will be working for you, like it will be absolutely correct. This is how powerful your chart has become this week. Finally, moon will enter into the ninth house with Saturn. Now, ninth house, if you look at Saturn's position in this chart, Saturn rules the seventh, again a Maraka, and also rules the eighth house. That means sudden ups and downs. Now, this is a Vishya Yoga. That means when Moon and Saturn are together, it's not a very great thing to be seen. But there is one powerful thing, especially any judgment that you want to come to, anywhere judicially you are facing problems, any problems related to making a final decision. This is that time that you will be able to, between 18th and 20, you'll be able to make final decisions about your life, about your job, about your love life, about your finance, about your what you say, education, about your learnings, about philosophy, about what to follow and what not to follow, is what you will be able to make your judgment this week. Finally, Moon will enter into Aries, and now this is a positive time after a long time. The Lagna Lord has come to the 10th house with the Lord of the aesthetics. That means lot of luxury, laws of real estate, lot of gains here. So lot of professional gains, or way forward for getting new jobs, new job offers, promotions. If they are in the pipeline, if you have given some interview and waiting to hear back, some positive news here by beginning of next week is where you will hear. This is one more thing, that those who are in business, they will see a massive growth into their business also during the end of the week. Big contract that you have been working for a very long time may also come to you. Those who are thinking of getting into changing a house or starting real estate investments, this is a very good time. Rohiji, one very great advice my friend gave. He says that Gujarati, how they work, right? Gujarati people, they're very, very focused on, business. They say, they don't do anything alone. They share the risk with 10 people. So there are 10 people who will do a partnership and start a company. Then 5 people from them will start for other company, this company. That's why they have a lot of businesses and less risk. So I would suggest that, when it comes to real estate and all, 6, 7, 8 friends should follow, make a legal entity and start working on real estate by adding small, because 7, 8 people together, when they invest into a property, it becomes, I know your share becomes less, but your risk also becomes less. So try to get into such kind of, investments. All the best. This is generic reading, so it can resonate with if you're going through Mahadasha, Antardasha of these planets. But if not, there is a link in the description for reading, so you can, go there and discuss about it. Also, there is a link for WhatsApp group where we are discussing astrology every minute. So all the best. One more good news is that Rohitji has said that this has to happen, means it has to happen. We are doing under 18-year kids astrology class, astrology chart reading for only 50% off. So as we charge $100 for a reading, for the kids it will be $50 and same duration. Okay, all the best. Leo ascendant. So when we talk about Leo ascendant, Sun is entering into the sign of Gemini. Now, Sun is the Lagna Lord. Sitting in the 11th house is a good news for all the Leo ascendant people, especially sitting with the 5th house Lord, sitting with the Lord of the 11th house only itself. It's a blessing. There is some big gains or big goals that you have set in the past is now going to get complete. I think for us, the goal is, Rohitji, by end of this year, we want to reach 100,000 subscribers. And this is my ascendant. So I think it begins now, because we are going to be releasing a lot of videos, Rohitji, and a very big series on Bhavat Bhavam also. Like, if you're talking about Sun, let's look at sun in the first house, but from 12 different angles, 20 different cameras. That's how we will look at sun. So, or with moon, with Mars. So, all the family members will have free access to all the knowledge. So all the best, and do subscribe for that. Now, sun in the 11th house is in very, very great time when it comes to any kind of approvals, any kind of uh, you know uh, initiating any things related to authority, related to starting up a company, related to getting setting up bigger goals, or getting your goals completed, or getting bigger gains. Those who have not been employed may also get job offer. Those who have been trying very hard for progeny, that means getting childbirth, look at this. All three planets are looking at the fifth house, and Jupiter's aspect is going to make sure during this time, Leo ascendant people who are very, very trying for a very long time for childbirth, this may be a very miraculous period. And especially just wait for a few time, because Venus is coming here. Venus and Jupiter come together. This is the very amazing what do you say, Lakshmi Narayan yoga. Yeah. And this means that during this time, whenever they will be together, especially entering into Punarvasu nakshatra, that is the time that a yantra can be created, because that will keep repeating anything. If we draw a Roiji wealth yantra in Punarvasu, right, it will keep generating wealth, because the Punarvasu nakshatra is repeating patterns. It will keep repeating. So this is a very, very important time. So during that time, when both are in Punarvasu, we'll be making a video on it, and for the yantra as well. Now, with all these three together, your education, your progeny, your gains through your social circle, as well as gains through your stock market, share market, business, work, everywhere, it looks very positive. Finally, we have to now be careful about partnerships, because here seventh house is where Moon and Rahu are coming together, and this is a point where partnership can be a little bit of up and down. And the reason is because of illusion. You hear something wrong about your partner, or you get wrong news about your partner. With husband wife, there can be fights. With business partners, there can be misunderstandings. So during this time, we have to be careful and try to use a very calm, as well as, if you're going through Moon Mahadasha and Rahu Mahadasha, some un- uncertainty can happen, but if not, then the risk is very low. But here, very careful in signing any contracts, because this is the house of signing contracts, seventh house. This is also the house of promotion. So maybe there can be someone trying to just please you by saying, okay, you do this task, and then we will put you into the next level. So try to take everything in written, that if possible. Later, Moon is the 12th house lord, goes to the 8th house, makes a Vipreet Rajyog, but here with Saturn, we have to be again very careful in health, especially in the bowel, IBS kind of problems, stomach related problems. Because of daydreaming or wandering, there can be legal consequences if you hit a car or something like that. So while driving also, we have to be absolutely careful. So see, it's a collective thing. If you're going through Sun Mahadasha, some great things are happening. If you're going through Moon Mahadasha, some ups and downs are happening. So everyone's life is so different because of the planetary movements. And whenever your Mahadasha lords will move, Mahadasha Antardasha lord will move, or they will trigger events in your life. That's how it happens. Finally, Moon will enter into the eighth. Moon will enter. There is one more good thing about. Sorry, but before I forget that, Moon and Saturn together and 12th house Lord in the sixth house means that if there is any long-term illnesses that you have been troubled from, that this, you're not getting any relief for it. This is the time that you may even get some relief for it. So this week, try for remedies, like lot of health remedies, because there may be some relief that is waiting for you. Okay, that is important. Also, some kind of property or gains or investment getting return from foreign countries is possible. So all the best. Finally, Moon will enter into the ninth house. If we look at the ninth house is the house of your father, of your religion, of your faith, of your higher learning and everything like that. And here, Jupiter and Moon together, sorry, Venus and Moon together are very positive. The Lord of the 10th house sitting in the ninth house, and the Lord of the 12th house sitting in the ninth house. That means if there is any job loss that has happened, don't panic. There is going to be new opportunities, maybe from a foreign country or maybe from a distant place coming, which can, because of the planetary position, which is going to happen. And soon there will be an Amavasya, because Moon in 5 days will reach Sun. So during this time, we have to be careful. And I told you in the beginning, we have to be careful in signing contracts. So make sure that even if there is anything that is coming from offshore or any coming from foreign countries, we have to be careful about signing. Those who are in education will see a very rise in their what you say enthusiasm. They will be emotionally attached to the education. That's how powerful this time is. So all the best. Now many people will resonate with the predictions because it is happening. They are going through sun mahadasha, moon mahadasha, mars mahadasha, and whatnot it is. But here, if you're not going through that mahadasha, then this may be plus minus. So don't take two things too heavily. But for personal reading, for your personal tailored chart, link is in the below. Link is in the description below. Okay, thank you. And Virgo ascendant people, when we talk about Virgo ascendant, Sun is entering into Gemini. Now look at Sun here. Sun is the 12th house lord sitting in the 10th house. And Sun is the planet of power, Rohitji. Powerful position of Sun in the 10th house. And 10th house is the house of authority, power. Here, by chance, if you're in a foreign country and a Virgo ascendant and you are immigrated to a foreign country, you will achieve power in a foreign country. There can be power that comes in your occupation, in your workplace, in your business, and that power can also come from recognition from the government. Now here the Kendra lords, all the Kendra lords are sitting in the Kendra only with the powerful sun. So sun comes here and grants them lot of good things. Sometimes this may lead to big expenses also, that you may suddenly promotion happens, friends say, right, party party party. So some kind of big expenses also happen here. Sometimes these expenses can be linked to real estate because the fourth house lord is sitting with the 10th house. So business, maybe buying a business office or a business bay or new business equipments, purchases of those kind of things can be happening for Virgo ascendant people. But it's a powerful time. Your power actually expands. It actually becomes amazing for you. So all the best. Moon, one thing, 11th house lord goes to the 6th house, exactly 8th from itself. There can be sudden health issues to your elder siblings. In fact, for you also, because Rahu and Moon are together, there can be skin infections that can be coming. There can be infections related to hives on the body, something like that, because Rahu and Moon means Moon also collectively rules the skin, right? Like Mercury, Moon also rules the skin. So here, see, Venus rules the beauty of the skin, the texture of the skin. Moon rules the skin, the water cells in the skin. That is what is ruled by Moon. So here there can be some kind of health. See, this coming the health afflicted here also. So it will show some kind of negative results. If you're in a litigation or into any kind of problem with your, what you say, with enemies, Rahu will be very powerful in defeating them, but Moon will show an emotional aspect. So if emotional aspect is not required, don't show it. Otherwise, you will lose your battle against your enemy. So that is where it should be very care. You should be very careful about it. Moon is also the 11th house lord in the 6th place. There can be gains in your workplace. That means in your workplace, gain of prestige can happen. This house is also the house of service, to try to be as much as service oriented during this time. Finally, Moon will enter into the 7th house. Now, this is a very, very good placement of Moon. Even with Saturn, even in Kendra, Moon is going to be very positive. Even with Saturn, it is making a Vishya Yoga, can create some misunderstandings, but finally, the judgment comes in your favor. Whatever happens in the relationship, if it is up and down, some challenges, problems, sometimes rift, the the judgment will be in your side only. So you are a winner during this time. That's how we can say. Finally, the Lord of the 11th house comes to the 8th house. Those who are in research based business will see a positive growth. But again, Venus and Moon together can help. There can be urine infections, there can be genital problems, there are problems in your genitals. Some people who are old should do their prostate check examination done, because see, 11th house is also house of little diseases only. So because it is 6th from the 6th, and here 8th house, it is sitting exactly, we can say 10th from the 11th house. So karma related to the genitals can suddenly come on scale, and you need to make sure that your prostate and all these exams are done very carefully. And for women, the uterus should be checked, that if there is any kind of fibroids, any kind of problems, any kind of challenges they're facing, this is required. This is also the house of occult sciences, so many people will also do lot of readings or research about occult sciences. So all the best, and you have come to the right channel. Take care. There is a link in the description for readings, because see, everyone is going through a different Mahadasha Antardasha, and planets changing can trigger your Antardasha, Pratyantar, Sukshma Prana, and you can be sitting on some kind of great opportunities. Or so for that, you'll have to know the right timing for it. Later, you cannot say, oh, I had a chance that time. For that, if you want to do a chart reading, all the best. 30th August onwards, we are doing new and live astrology classes, advanced astrology. We are doing 7 weeks of astrology, 14 astrology classes, and all the link. And once you talk to Samantha, she will give you all the details. So all the best. One more good news is that with this course, you're also getting the previous course for free now. So that you have to only pay for this and you get like 45 hours of the other courses presentation for free. So all the best. Libra. When we talk about Libra, Sun will enter into Gemini. Now, Sun here is the lord of the 11th house. So just imagine, planet like Venus has given Sun the 11th placement here, and for Taurus, it has given the 4th placement. So it is a very important planet. It regards the Sun as a very powerful planet, and that's why it has given the 11th house. 11th house lord exactly sitting 11th from itself in the 9th house is a very good news when it comes to your destiny. Your destiny will be favoring you in every possible way. This is the house of learning, literature. This is the house of court cases, litigation. If you're in any kind of litigation, court cases, any kind of learning, literature, writing, any kind of thing that has to do with your education, higher education, teachers, an amazing period for you. Even 11th house is the house of gains, lot of gains, your destiny. Like, you will not understand how the hell this happened, but your destiny will work for you because it is sitting with lot of benefic planets, that is Mercury and Jupiter. So it's going to manifest great things. In fact, Mercury and Jupiter, anyone who comes very close to Sun gets combust, and this is just means that the Sun is the king, and when king comes, everyone becomes quiet, and everyone, the shadow of the king is very, very powerful. That's how this is. And here, under the shadow of the king, both planets are going to perform exceptionally well. So your destiny is at the peak. Relationship with your father can also improve. In fact, gains to father also happens during this time. So amazing time. Moon now goes to the 5th house. Those who are children, we have to be very careful about the health of the children and especially the stomach health of the children. Here, speculative gains, very careful in making any decisions, and especially speculative steps taken in workplace can add to some challenges here. So we want to make sure that in workplace we don't come into any kind of illusion that, okay, this person is like that, this person is like that, I will complain, I will do this, I will do that. That can lead to some problems. Those who are business owners, they have to also be very careful with their employees, not to make any kind of false assumptions about them, because you can get into a legal trouble, because what happening next is important. But before that, children wise also, those who are planning for children may see some delays. Those who are in education field also may get a little bit of diverted. Their attention can get diverted, so we want to be careful about it. One thing, speculation, sometimes it gives massive gains when Rahu and Moon are together, but be very careful. Don't go on my word. Make sure that you are doing your research and due diligence very, very carefully. Moon will enter into the 6th house. Now, this continues the health issues or stress, anxiety. 6th house is the house of daily work and routine. In daily work and routine, you may have some stress and anxiety. Only powerful thing is there that if you are going through any kind of judicial system challenges or problems, you may find a judgment here. So that is one positive news here. One thing, when Moon and Saturn are both aspecting the 12th house, there can be possibility of foreign travel or travel somewhere you're traveling, or maybe by end of this month or beginning of next month, you may plan or travel and book tickets right now. That also happens. Moon enters into the Kendra Lord in the Kendra with Venus. This is positive placement. The Lagna Lord and the Moon in the 7th house. Your partners will be of the best support to you during this time. You will see a lot of support from partner. You will see a lot of support that you get from your colleagues. You will get a lot of, in fact, if there is any possibility, 10th house Lord sitting 10th from itself, if there is any designation that you are supposed to be looking for, you will see that your designation comes here. Your powerful position in a society is now, fixed. If you're going through Moon Mahadasha or Venus Mahadasha, then this is going to manifest for sure. So all the best. Have a great time. Very important time. If you are even thinking of signing some contracts, it's a very favorable period. Please go for it. But after 20th of June, so between 20 and 22nd, you can sign any contract that you want because it will be in your favor. All the best. We are doing under 18-year kids birth chart analysis now 50% off. I have seen that parents are stressed about kids, and they can add their kids here. This is a very promotional offer only for June and July. After that, we'll be stopping it, because in September, in October, they are supposed to choose, or they're supposed to choose new subjects, and also for that I will be able to give you the right guidance. All the best. Scorpio ascendant. When we talk about Scorpio ascendant, Sun is entering into Gemini here. When we look at Sun and the position of Sun, Sun is the 10th house lord, goes 11th from itself into the 8th house. Those who are in research field, those who are in finance field, those who are in investment field, you will see a massive growth in your career. In this whole month, you will see that suddenly out of nowhere you will see gains. There can be down period also, like suddenly there can be a little bit of challenging period also, but overall it's going to be very rewarding. The more research oriented you are during this week or during this month, for Sun is transit for the month, the more research oriented, the more powerful you will become. Don't do anything unless and until you have done due diligence. In fact, one thing very important which I came across and I read and I have applied it also, very careful about getting scammed. 10th house lord in the 8th house can also make you very vulnerable to scams, so you can get scammed, that money, this money, that money, that what not. So for that we have to be careful. On the other hand, you will see that Sun here in the 8th house, it is a cruel planet. Remember in 8th house, when there are cruel or malefic planets, they are not that bad. But here two benefics are under the influence of Sun. So here you will see that Jupiter and Mercury will also start giving you very great results when it comes to investment. That's why I told you, those who are in investment business, those who are in business related to trading, investment, or those who are investment bankers, those who are venture capitalists, you will see that lot of power, lot of possibility of money from here to there, or getting signing big contracts are going to come to you. So all the best, but do your research very carefully if you don't want to get scammed. Moon enters into Aquarius. Now here Rahu and Moon together can create a little bit of uncertainty in the home environment. You'll be very busy at your workplace, gaining a lot of wealth, everything very powerful, you're very motivated, everything. But in the house area, you will see that a lot of stress is coming. And that stress is mostly coming from your roots, your family roots, your mother, your homeland. If you're in a foreign country, your home would require you. So there can be certain travels also, because Rahu in the 4th house can make you certain travels. One thing, 9th house lord in the 4th house also means that during this time your destiny can rise, and there can be some kind of purchase of a property in a foreign country as well. If you're going through Moon Mahadasha or Rahu and Mahadasha, Moon Mahadasha, there can be possibility of buying a property. It does not mean that in 2 days you'll buy a property. It means that you'll be one step closer to buying your property. Okay, all the best. Later, Moon will come to the 5th house. Now, 5th house is where Saturn is sitting for you right now. And Saturn and Moon together calls Visha Yoga. Here, your creativity can be poisonous. So try to be as practical as can. Don't do any big experiments. With children also, your experiments, okay, let's put him here, let's put him there. No. Let's be very careful about doing all the research, due diligence, and then only move forward. In this chart, if you look at the position of Saturn is the 3rd and the 4th house lord. Moon is the 9th house lord, sitting 9th from itself. It will really give you some great results from your past karmas, because this is the house of Purva Punya. That means Purva Punya means whatever you have done just one day before also. So a lot of things happen, but because Saturn is sitting here, it can bring you towards late judgment. So by the time you are able to react, the opportunity is gone. So be very, very extremely attentive during this time. Good time, but careful approach. Even by the time you're buying a stock and selling it, that it may be too late, because you are not attentive. Saturn and Moon can make your mind slow. So we want to be very attentive, and not slow does not mean that we become dumb. Slow means that we make sure that we are taking right step at the right time. Okay, that kind of scenario is what is required. Education wise also, there will be a little bit of slowdown here. Finally, Moon, the 9th house lord, goes to the 6th house. If any kind of litigation or court cases you are going through, and you're a witness there, or you're going through health problems, you will see a relief in your life. Venus and Moon together, both aspecting the 12th house, and Venus making a Vipreet Rajyog here, can also create some kind of very heavy expenses in your workplace, through traveling, even for charity. Many people do lot of expenses during this time. So overall, it's a very collectively good week. Sun is in very great position, so make the most use of it. And this can be a little bit of different when I read comments. People say you did not talk about children, you did not talk about, what you say about education, this, that, or all old people. So understand that wherever the planet will go, it will activate that scenario. So if it is not, if for example, if it is not going to the 10th house, how will the career be affected, right? How, if it's not going to the 9th house, how will your long distance travel be affected? So somehow try to understand that it is always the movement of planets and the houses they activate, they are the highlight of the week. Okay, all the best. There's a link in the description for readings as well if you want to understand your chart in a much better way, because this is a generic prediction. Your chart has more details. All the best for that, and I'll see you on the other side. 30th August, we are doing new astrology classes as well. Those who have enrolled, actually it's almost full, so you're all very welcome. And those who are enrolling now, also welcome. So let's, again, you can ask the syllabus in the link in the below, so you can ask Samantha about the syllabus. Sagittarius ascendant. Now, when we talk about Sagittarius, Sun is entering into Gemini here. Look at Sun. Sun is the ninth house lord, sitting 11th from itself in the seventh house of relationship, partnership. It is also the house of authority. Yeah? It is house of Pada Prapati. Pada Prapati means getting a designation. Now, here, those who have been waiting to get any clearance from government, any clearance from any kind of authorities, any clearance from, or any kind of contract signing, big contract signing, you will see that this month, June 15th till June or July 15th, big deals will happen. So very positive on the side of business. Your destiny will be supporting you, and mostly partnership will be the clear way to move forward. The more partnership you do, the more people come in play, the more you will be making. So this is very positive. Now, coming to Sun is a very powerful planet. When it comes to the seventh house, it also becomes very powerful and aggressive in the relationship pattern. So here you will be at more authority and egoistic approach. So try to be calm down. I know Jupiter and Mercury in the Kendra, and Kendra lords being with Sun, the Bhagya lord, are going to enhance the power and everything for your career, or for your relationship. But we have to be careful we do not get carried away and do not get angry over our partnerships and stuff like that. That is where we have to be careful. One more thing, Sun here can add very big designations also. Sometimes very big designations that, okay, you become this, you become that. And so let's hope for the best. Moon will enter into Aquarius. Now, when Moon enters into Aquarius, it is coming with Rahu, who's the lord of the third house. In third house is house of communication. I would suggest very, very great time to just be quiet. Just don't. I know it is on the other hand, Sun is entering into the seventh house, trying to make sure that you are signing contracts and everything. But here, this is the house of communication. You have to be reading everything very thoroughly before even accepting a job offer, even accepting anything. It's an important time to make sure that your due diligence is very, 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 very precise. Because what happens here, Rohitji, is when Moon and Rahu are together, in such cases, people sometimes take or say something very stupid or write something very stupid, which can create a little bit of, what you say, illusion in the writing also, that other people also may get offended. You may also say, what the hell did I do? That kind of situation. So we have to be careful in that area. Also, because this is the house of short distance travel and Moon is the 8th house lord, suddenly there can be short distance travel also coming, and ear pain in the ear. Sometimes getting frozen shoulder is one common thing that happens when Moon comes here. Drink a lot of water, and if possible, go for massages and stuff like that. That will help you the best. Moon and Jupiter coming to Moon and Saturn coming together in the fourth house. This is not bad, good only because second house lord is in the fourth house. So there can be some wealth that can be coming through property, or those who are in any business related to property, real estate, construction, IT, something that has to do with law and order, cyber security. You will see a lot of positive things here. One more, and the reason is because of Mars also. Mars is putting an aspect here on Moon, so Mahalakshmi Yoga also happens. So something good also is happening. But one thing, because Moon and Saturn are together, we have to be taking care of the mother. If the mother or grandmother is very old, they can have a little bit of health issues here because Moon is getting afflicted by Saturn. Eighth house lord in the fourth house can also trigger inheritance questions. So for that also you need to be careful during this time. Finally, Moon will come into the fifth house. This is very positive. When 8th house and fifth house have any kind of combination, there can be sudden gains, and sudden gains mean lottery. Something that has to, and Scorpio people won $10,000, won $1,000, won $12 also. Many people won lotteries when I gave the prediction of lottery. So many people played and won also. Now this is for you guys. There is a possibility 8,000 lot here. So between 20 and 22nd, you should be playing a lottery. There can be sudden gains and if it comes, you have to give me 10%. No one from Scorpio gave me. So I am like, I am done. I'm not giving them any hint anymore. But I trust on Sagittarius people. Let's hope for the best. So any lottery, any kind of speculation, be very careful. Don't try to put everything out. But yeah, very careful. Risk, calculated risk you take, you will gain during this time. Also gain from children, happiness in children, happiness through wife, through your love partner, through your romantic partner. You will see happiness there. A lot of commitments can happen. You will feel very loved, very cared, very nurtured during this time. So all the best. There is also a link in description for readings. And 30th of August onward, we are starting new live astrology classes, advanced astrology. For that, the basic course will be free. It will be given to you. And those who have taken the basic course and want to enroll here, they have to just pay the difference. Not like the basic course. I mean to say, those who have taken the recorded basic course, they will be able to. Okay, all the best. Capricorn ascendant. Now, when we talk about Capricorn ascendant here, Sun is entering into Gemini. Look at Sun. Sun is the 8th house lord, goes 11th from itself in the 6th house. This is called Vipreet Rajyog. If you have been suffering from a very long-term problem, especially related to health, related to money, related to finances, related to work, workplace, or getting really stressed with loan and debt, this is time that some ease will come out. Something God is going to work for you. Because positively, Sun is a cruel planet, Mars is a cruel planet, Ketu is a cruel planet. All are sitting in the 6th and the 8th house. Ideally, they are not Papa Graha, like except Ketu, but Sun as well as Mars are very cruel planets. So here in 6th and 8th house, they actually, Sun wherever it sits, it burns away that house. And here, if there is health problem, it will burn away the health problem. Only one thing we have to be careful, this is the house of enemies, house of service, house of government also. Sometimes challenges with government can happen, so for that we have to be careful, and we don't want to risk anything here with the fighting with the government or stuff like that. We don't want to do this. Sun is a planet of service as well, so the more service you do, your soul will be satisfied that much. That's how beautiful this scenario is. Later, Moon will enter into the second house. Now, look at Moon here, 7th house, a Maraka, going into the second house of Maraka. Health wise, especially for the health of your family members, absolutely careful. There can be sudden challenges, health issues, hospitals, stuff like that can happen. So, we have to be very careful. Secondly, your also eyes, anything to do with eyes, anything to do with your mouth, that means dental problems, getting mouth ulcers, all these things you have to be careful. Not take any kind of home remedies, just go to the doctor, because don't take it in the wrong way, but Rahu and Moon together can create poisoning in the mouth also. So, or some kind of, we eat something and reaction happens, or some medicine I eats, reaction happens. So please don't be a self doctor, try to go to the real doctor and understand what it is. Wealth wise, there can be sudden gains in wealth. So this is one positive news, because Moon here gives good results when it comes to wealth. Partnership is from where the wealth will come. So try to make as much as partnerships as you can. Moon will enter into the third house. Third house is the house of siblings, house of your short distance travel, house related to your communication, also house related to your skills, your courage. This time, Moon and Saturn together, it will make you a little bit of slow in your communication. So maybe you will not be able to give everything right away. Like someone asks you something, you say, okay, let me take my time and then I will communicate. That kind of communication can be there. But very great time for foreign travel, very great time. There can be possibility that suddenly you get some visa or some good news about your passport stamping and stuff like that. Green card people may suddenly get their emails that green card is come. PR people may have such certain kind of thing that is coming. So anything that where judgment is supposed to be given, you will get judgment. One thing with siblings, there can be rift, there can be challenges, like how Saturn had with Yama and Yamuna. Same way it can happen here. So keep your mind very focused, and I would suggest that work as a team rather than working. I will do it myself. Like not that way. Like do it together. That's how it should be. One more thing here is because Moon and Saturn are together, and Saturn is the ruler of the ascendant sitting in the third house. Lot of effort you'll have to put, and emotionally also you'll have to convince a lot of people, your friends or someone, to work together with you. So this is what is happening. Finally, the Kendra Lord is in the Kendra, Moon sitting 10th from itself. Now, this is positive. You get some peace and happiness from your partner, from your spouse, from your business partner. There can be some gains in real estate also. There can be movement also. Maybe you're moving somewhere, or maybe your mother or your family member is moving somewhere. There can be possibility of you investing into some kind of property, or a car, or a vehicle, or even as simple as beautification of your vehicle, or getting it interior cleaned and stuff like that, can be happening between 20 and 22nd. Or your house, you're completely refurbishing your house, or changing your house. It must have started already, but yes, it will commence during this week. So all the best, all the very best. This is generic reading, so it is based on the planetary placement here according to this week, but your chart may speak something more powerful and more different. For that, you will have to book a reading in the link below, so that we can discuss about your what, how, when, how it will happen, all that stuff. All the best. We are doing according to Rohitji. Rohitji gave me one good idea and said we need to do service. So for under 18 year of kids, we are doing birth chart analysis, same analysis that we do for the kids, and we are doing now. It will be 50% off. It is under 18 years. So all the best. Aquarius ascendant. So when we talk about Aquarius ascendant, Sun is entering into Gemini. Now, when we look at Sun here, Sun is the Kendra Lord, even the seventh house Lord. So it's not a very favorable planet for people because it's a Maraka and comes to the fifth house. Children's health is the number one that we have to be very careful about. That is number one. Secondly, it is good time for speculative gains. That is one powerful. If you're in partnership business, you will see that massive gains, big contracts, big powerful, your creativity, your ideas, your approach, your happiness in that area will be very good, but it may be little concerning for the health of the kids. Sometimes in this situation, I told you that 8,000 6th house Lord, 8,000 5th house, whenever they have a relationship, lottery happens or some kind of sudden gains happen. And here, your 5th house Lord, 8th house Lord is sitting in the 5th house in its own sign. That is a very powerful, and coming of the king, who's the what do you say, who's the powerful personality in this ascendant for pada prapati. That means getting some kind of status. It can enhance your status to the next level. So your status is going to enhance. Those who are in love and romance kind of situation, they may see that finally there is some authority that is now governing them. That means maybe you will tell your parents and you will come together. That's also one positive thing happening. A lot of engagement, a lot of commitments are happening here. Fifth house is also house of fame. Those people who are just very near to get fame, you will see that Aquarius rising people in the world leaders are going to get a lot of fame for their philanthropic, for their beautiful work that they do. So such a powerful placement of Sun here. But Moon is not that powerful here. Moon is the sixth house Lord, goes to the ascendant with Rahu. Health wise, especially at body appearance, or especially on if you do any kind of Botox treatment, anything that you're doing, there can be poisoning that can happen here. Lip job, boob job, back job. People like guys now are doing tummy tucks and hair transplant. All this kind of thing, if you're doing, make sure that you're careful, because there is Rahu and Moon first, and then Rahu and Sun. So it is an absolute not great placement for Moon to be. Sorry, Rahu and Moon, and Rahu and Jupiter. Rahu and Moon, and then Saturn and Moon. Sorry, I'm working very much too much, so I'm going crazy. Yeah. So here these planets will be together. When they are together, Moon is not in the right place, and Moon here actually governs the complete health of you. So if you're going through any surgery, any hair transplant, this, that, whatnot, careful. In the workplace also, because of your involvement in some kind of non-pious or very cynical kind of situation, you may even have a problem in the workplace. If that is the case, if not, then why not? Why stress? No worries. Don't come under influence of other people, because Rahu here can make your mind go completely crazy. It may put some illusions in your mind which are not even real, never existed, but you think that okay, maybe this is. Like, I'll give you a small example. Rohiji, once upon a time, when my Mahadasha of Moon and Rahu was going on, and Moon Mahadasha and Rahu Antardasha, I had a fear. I thought that everyone is talking about me only. So I used to look and say, oh, these people are talking. They just looked at me. They're talking about me only. So such kind of illusion. Nothing. They were talking something random only. But you feel that, okay, they're talking about me. They're talking about me. That means they're talking. That is not happening. So don't get into such illusions. Don't try to make stories in your mind during this period. Later, Moon will enter into the second house of investment. Should become slow. Should not take hasty decisions here. Saturn and Moon means that slow mind. Slowly, let's go slowly. Let's not rush here. So between 18th and 20th, make sure that you're not taking any big jumps that, okay, tomorrow morning I'm putting this money here. No. Again, rethink about investments. Both are aspecting the eighth house. That means there can be sudden ups and downs when you invest somewhere. Second house is also the house of your speech. Saturn and Moon together can be poisonous speech. You speak something, people may not like it, but does not matter. That does not mean that does not mean you become a people's pleaser. Here you try to make sure that you are doing everything ethically correct to safeguard your own interest. Sometimes I'll tell you, Rohitji, this happened to me also. I don't know why everything happens to me, but yeah, I made a commitment that I will do some kind of investment with someone. Okay. And the day came, and then I did not have very good feeling in the process that, something is wrong, something is wrong. I said, no, I'm not going to do this investment. And he never ever spoke to me after that. So my conscious decision was very right. Today he's filed bankruptcy, Rohitji. This is 8 years ago. Today he has filed bankruptcy. If I would have been in the same boat, I would have, died there with the same person. So I suggest that not to get into, people's pleasing. Try to make sure you safeguard your interest first. If no, that means no. So no big investments or commitments during this time. With family also, there can be some, arguments and stuff like that. Try to be mourn. This is the time to be just put a zip on your mouth. Silent treatment. Later, Moon, the lord of the sixth house, goes to the third house. There can be lot of communication, expression, or lot of skill development in your workplace. You may be getting into training, higher education. There can be possibility that you're traveling somewhere because of workplace. There can be, your siblings and you are coming together in a very beautiful way, or your siblings bring a lot of happiness to you, or your friends, very close friends, like a very group of neighbors, bring a very big pleasant surprise for you. So what a beautiful time. One more thing, whenever I have seen this now, God knows, whenever the sixth house God Lord goes to the third house, there is also addition in the family related to a pet or a pet fish or a pet, what do you say, because see, the karmas of this house is active, right? And here you will have the courage to take an action for the karma of your workplace, for the karma of pets, for the karma of, what you say, your daily routine. So this is the time that to become more determined. So this weekend, next weekend, maybe you're buying a new pet. All the best. Take care. You know what, Rohiji? We got a pet, Duke, our dog. When the owner came to give me Duke, so I told him what is the date of birth and what is the time of birth and everything. He's like, "What the hell? No one ever asked me this." I said, "No, I just wanted to my personal time of birth because that will make sure that I know that he's what kind of person." And I made his chart also. Rohiji. His chart is there, and his akshara, that means his letter came from the. So we named him Duke. See, Rohiji, astrology is everywhere. Even in my family, in my pets, astrology is there. Like, for an example, Ruji, my daughter got hives on the body, skin rashes, and she got sick. So my wife said, wow, what happened? What happened to Mercury? Why is she getting health problem? Now she also knows that whenever Mercury will get into any kind of affliction, it will, like, not now, but before, when Mercury was retrograde, whenever it will retrograde, my elder daughter Hazel becomes sick. So that's how it is. So astrology works. It has to be Mahadasha, Antardasha, and you will see that how the results come amazingly. So there is a link in the description for readings, and 30th of August onwards, we are doing new live astrology class. Live means live like this. I will be teaching astrology, so that you can navigate your life in a better way. So this is advanced astrology. Those who will take this will get the basic course for free. After doing that, only you are able to do this. Otherwise, this is of no use to you. All the best. Pisces ascendant. When we talk about Pisces ascendant, Sun is entering into Gemini. Now, when we look at Sun here, Sun is the lord of the sixth house, sitting 11th from itself in the fourth house. Lot of happiness is coming from your workplace. You'll be very happy that your health goals are now getting complete. There will be a lot of happiness when it comes to, enemies getting settled and you coming out of this enemy situation with extreme peace. This is the house of peace, inner peace, happiness, fourth house of mother, house of home, real estate. The Kendra lords are sitting here with Sun. If there is any government compliance that is bothering you too much for your property, changing of property, changing the name, doing some construction, buying some property, registration there, everything will become very smooth for you. So it is a positive thing. When it comes to one more thing here, Rohit, this is the house of mother. Because Sun is a cruel planet and sixth house lord, health of mother has to be taken into consideration. And also those people who have heart ailments, any issues related to heart, like high blood pressure, cholesterol, any stuff like that, they also have to be extremely careful during this time. One more good news here with Sun coming with it, like this, any litigation, any court cases that are going on will also see ease, and you may find new evidence, new clues, and there can be fast movement in the government area. So all the best. Later, this is where everything comes again. Number one is Rahu. If you're going to Rahu Mahadasha, Moon Mahadasha, Antardasha, any of Rahu Moon, any combination, this is the time that foreign travel will be at the peak level. There can be sudden opportunities coming for foreign travel or traveling somewhere far away from your home. There can be health issues for family members as well as for you. Sometimes health issues for children happen. Sometimes children are flying to foreign countries during this time. So be careful about it. We just heard that there was a very bad incident about flying in the aircraft, so try to avoid the number 9 this year, at least till 26th of July. Try to avoid it because 9 is the number of Mars, and it has to be avoided. This I also made sure that all the nines, all the dates where 9 is coming, we are avoiding any kind of travel. So that is what my suggestion is. But overall, if you see that Rahu and Moon together, fifth house Lord in the 12th house, can also indicate losses through speculative gains. So we don't want to invest big money in stock or share market. If we are holding something, let's hold, let's wait. If it is starting showing off losses, put a stop loss and get out of it. That's what I suggest. One good thing, Rohitji, one very beautiful thing that is happening is that Rahu and Moon together can make your spiritual doors open. Something that is very unconventional way of spirituality is what you can come across, you can think, you can start acting on it. That's kind of spirituality that will be happening here. Later, Moon will enter into the ascendant, and that is where it is coming with the Lord of Saturn, the Lord of 12th house, the Lord of 11th house. There can be a lot of gains here, but one thing we have to be careful, your attitude should not become too slow and lazy. You should be in absolute power. If you're in Saturn Mahadasha, if you're in Moon Mahadasha, this is the time to take action. It is not the time to stay calm. It is a time to, you cannot come into, what you say, an ideal situation, idle situation. You have to become very over expressive. You have to make sure that you are expressing yourself, like, see, creative expression is what you should be showing, because fifth house Lord has gone to the Kendra in the ascendant. One thing here is, in many cases, Roji, when Saturn and Moon are together, it is a special time for getting some kind of medicine poisoning, some kind of medicine poisoning. So we have to be sure that whatever medicines, we should not be home doctors during this time. We should try to take advice of a doctor if there is any health problems that is going on, and not take any medicines, because see, it was with Rahu also in the 12th house. It could create psychedelic experience also. For that, people may try drugs and this and that also, or those who are doing all this can feel that kind of you know some poisoning happening through alcohol or drugs. So very careful. Moon and Saturn together tells be patient, but be expressive, be creative. That's what it says. And in the social circle, you have to be very active to get gains from that place. Finally, Moon will enter into Aries. Now, this is one beautiful news. The second house Lord and second house Lord in the fifth house Lord in the second house is very powerful. Especially, it can create some luxurious, like, wealth that can buy luxury. That kind of wealth it can create for you. So if you're in that kind of scale of business, something will happen, or somewhere some fixed asset will be added, like buying of a phone, buying of a new luxury phone, buying of a new luxury car, adding some gold or silver to your bank, or your in your name. So these kind of positive things can happen. Your speech will be absolutely powerful, and you will get a lot of support from family during this time. Good time for investment also, especially if investment now after 20th of June, if investment is related to stock share market, you should invest more. If there was a fall somewhere, try to get in right now, so that when it rises, you also make a lot of gains from it. So this is for all the Pisces ascendant people. Link is in the description for readings. And for 18 years and under kids, we have launched the 50% off birth chart analysis, because they really need it. And many people cannot. I know it's expensive, people cannot afford, but what can I do? I live in a country where there is 40% tax. So you pay something, 40% goes in tax. So I cannot help it. All the best. Have a great time. Thank you, Rohitji,
Thank
for
you.
your patience, for your help also. Thank you, Rohitji.
Thank you very much, Akashji, and thanks to you from all the family members that I suggested, and you accepted that thing of this 50% for kids, because I think astrology is a science for a guidance, and if we are able to give this, we will be fortunate person. Thank you
Right.
very much. Thank you, Akashji. We'll meet you in some next video. Till then, Jai Shri
Jai Shri
Ram.
Ram, Jai Hanuman, Jai Mata Di, Jai Ma Lakshmi,
Hmm.
Om Namah Shivaya, Jai Gurudev, Jai Gurudev.